when I spoke to the girl from Bonhams, she asked me, did I know Rory Gallagher? And I basically, well, l'esprit l'escalier. But I did say, a good rugby back with a placement kick from my front garden with relative ease could get it into Rory's garden. We lived that close. Did I ever see Rory? Yes. I was coming from a job when I was 13 years of age, actually, packing shelves, and I was getting a lift home. And I passed Rory on Southern Road, walking his dog. Never saw him play, never met him in person. We'll come back to that. Noel Redding. He came to some gigs of mine. We played on the same bill, but I never played with Noel Redding. Noel was playing guitar, and it could be inept and very uncouth if I was to ask Noel, who was as close to royalty in this country as it comes, to play bass with me, kind of thing. So I never did play with Noel Redding. Mike Malou, shall we say, went to a little get-together during the jazz festival. Kind of prawn sandwiches and stuff like that. And I was invited, so I went along and brought my guitar because I was playing gigs later. 2 gigs. So, who walks in? David Murray. Now, at that time, David Murray was the man. He was like the number 1 jazz guy in the UK. Serious guy. And one of the guys from the jazz festival came over to me and said, go and play with him. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I went up and we played a few numbers. Now, next thing is, I looked, and who walked in? Larry Coryell. Came right up to the stage, opened his guitar case, and came up. And 1, 2, 3, 4 went into On Broadway. So, next thing is, Larry is famous for this. The Galveston Special. So it's a kind of a cyclical pattern, chitlin circuit type stuff. So anyway, and Larry had the matching patent shoes slip on with the gold buckles too. And right at the end of his solo, what did he do? A Galveston Special. And what did I do when I was to take up the mantle for my solo? A Galveston Special. So I kind of took on the baton and did it. And so played a couple of numbers. And at the end, he kind of came over to me, kind of coochie coochie coo baby kind of thing, and said, look, I'm playing tonight with my band. Would you like to come along and play a number or something? And I said, sure. But I've got 2 gigs, and I kind of gesticulated to the drummer who was waiting with keys in hand. So I've got 2 gigs, but I will come after the gigs. I will try. So anyway, I finished the gigs and arrived in at the gig. And as soon as I walked in, he kind of signaled me. He said, hey, you, up here. And so I went up and got the guitar and plugged in, and they played the last number. So I played the last number with him, which was a kind of a G Mixolydian type vamp kind of thing. So I could just handle that and get in on it. And so played a couple of solos and stuff like that. And at the end, and it's very embarrassing, but at the end, he kind of pointed to me and shouted, that's your star. And it's embarrassing to talk about it, but everybody was there, it was euphoric, clapping and stuff. But when I got off the stage, the first 2 guys that came up to me to shake hands, there was a whole posse of them, with David and Kevin Byrne, 2 of the best guitarists in Ireland, the island of Ireland, 2 of the best guys, and they came up to me and shook hands with me, which was amazing. And after that, just again getting back to the Bonhams thing, do I have any links to Rory Gallagher? Yeah, Larry Coryell played with Rory Gallagher in 1971 with her 2 great friends from the Canterbury scene, Roy Babington and John Marshall. So they played together in little blues kind of program together, all in one. And Noel Redding, in 1968, Noel Redding was actually recording a single, and Larry Coryell played on that. Links to Jimi Hendrix. Larry Coryell played with Jimi Hendrix several times and was invited to the Electric Ladyland studios for Jimmy's recording. So he basically witnessed Jimmy recording and all that kind of stuff. So that's Larry. Great guy, brilliant guitar player, and a fabulous individual, fabulous personality. And that helped me immensely because that like got me up on the road, and I never really got a chance to thank him and say, look at what I've done kind of now, modestly, in a very modest way. I never actually had the chance to do that. So again, Larry, thank you so much. And thank you so much for listening.